Today, presented by ESPN Bet.
Cavs out of timeout. Strus into Mobley. Back to Max. Half-court shot. Good! Good! He hit it! Cavs win! This place is going crazy!
Cleveland! That was for you. How Max Strus sent Luka and the Mavs packing with the shot of the year. He joins our show in just a couple of minutes. And have the Warriors extended their championship window with their new rotation? Hey, Big Perk, he has some big thoughts on that. Plus, another chapter of the Battle of LA. It's going to be written tonight across the street. Who makes the bigger statement, LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard? NBA Today starts right now. Hey, welcome to NBA Today, presented by ESPN Bet. It was an incredible night across the association. I am so glad we have the best in the business here to break it down. Zach Lowe, Chiney Ogumake, Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews, and thanks to some late-game heroics, is that what we're going to call it? From
We may
have gotten the best shot of the entire season. We're going to show you exactly what went down. We're going to pick things up when it got good in the fourth quarter here, Chiney. Mavs up by 10 at this point, but here comes Max Strus.
My goodness, one of the hottest performances we've seen, especially from deep. Everything was just going down. But, you know, in this game, Luka looked real good as well. But check, a little confusion here.
Whoops. Kyrie Irving saying he didn't step out of bounds, but he clearly did. Max Strus says, you know what?
Bam!
I don't care.
Or should I say bang?
Somebody better find Max Strus, because there's some communication issues. There he is again.
Well, somebody did find Max Strus, and it was the Cleveland Cavaliers, one of the most underrated signings this offseason.
Max Strus, he went 4 from 4 from 3 in a stretch of 1 minute and 7 seconds.
How long?
1 minute and 7 seconds.
Wow.
And then let's go forward here. This is under a minute to go here. Mavs getting out in transition. Luka, a little give and go, throws it down.
A lot of momentum shifters down the stretch of the game. I was like, okay, the Mavs got it. Then the Cavs got it. Then check out this jab shot by the guy who has been balling for the East.
Do you think he called bank on that one, Perk?
I don't know, but it was
No. The answer is no.
No.
And then here we go again. A costly turnover here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just couldn't quite get a handle on it. And we would see the Dallas Mavericks take advantage. We should note here, no Donovan Mitchell on the floor. Luka gets control of it here, Zach. A little no-look dive.
Yeah, that was a sweet no-look pass. Luka has some gems every game. Game's over, that's it.
No timeouts. Evan Mobley gives it back to Max Strus. Is it good? He let it fly. He gets it to go. Max Strus, the hot hand.
Look at the celebration. The tide has turned in Cleveland, and you feel it.
One more look at this. Lets it fly from 60 feet. Pretty good. It wasn't, though, the longest game winner that we've seen in the NBA. That one, it belongs to Devontae Graham. This is back in 2021. Just a foot more. And by the way, after the celebration in Cleveland last night, Max Strus, of course, had to be reminded of this shot right here.
The second longest game
Harder
winning
than
buzzer
60.
beater.
Why you cut me short, man?
60-foot buzzer beater, the second longest in NBA history right there.
Yeah, that's what they just told me back there. So pretty cool. But if it ain't first, you're last. In the great words of Ricky Bobby.
Oh my God.
Shake and bake, Ricky Bobby. You thought it was going to be done when P.J. Washington hit that because, I mean, especially keep an eye on P.J. Washington here. His body language is this one's let go.
Got the flex going.
He's got the flex going, and he's like, oh, never mind. Oh, no.
Oh, no, no, no.
A little too cool. And then watch Markieff Morris.
Oh,
It hit his soul, Malika. It hit his soul.
Felt that. He said, you won't break my... Oh, never mind.
It was broken.
Oh, you will. He was broken.
On that shot.
Cavs win that one, and Strus became the fourth player in the last 25 seasons to make 5 three-pointers in the final 4 minutes of the game. He also single-handedly outscored the Mavs 15-9 over the final 3 minutes and 42 seconds. We now welcome in the author of the biggest shot, possibly, of the entire season. Max Strus is here with us. Max, can you just walk us through those final seconds of the game?
I wish I could. I'll do my best. It's been pretty crazy. You know, the guy who usually shoots those shots, Donovan, was on the bench. So, you know, I kind of took the ball out, looked for anybody who was open, and Evan was right there. So threw it to him, and reluctantly he passed it right back to me. And took one dribble and shot it, and as soon as it left my hand, it felt really good, and I kind of knew that I had a pretty good chance of going in, if not. right when I left my hand. Yeah.
It looked good from the moment it left your hand, and you'd been hot for the kind of the final few minutes of the fourth quarter there, so it was pretty impressive to watch. It felt like the perfect time to say, oh yeah, the Strus is loose. Like that's the line that came to mind, at least for me. But if I'm not mistaken, that's not the farthest game winner that you have ever hit. Take me back to what was.
Yeah, back in my Division II days when I was playing at Lewis University, I think it was a tie game, and same situation. They had the ball out of bounds, but we ended up getting a steal, and the ball just landed in my hands, and I gathered and shot a 3/4 court shot and banked it in for the win. Similar area on the court as I did last night, so it's pretty special to see those videos lined up together.
One of your teammates just texted me just before we started this interview. I'm surprised that you didn't jump up D Wade style on the scorer's table after you hit that shot last night. Did that go through your mind just a little bit? Just a little bit?
Just a little bit, yeah. If it was a bigger, if we were accomplishing something, winning a championship or something, maybe. But I think the way I celebrated with the teammates and everything we did was well worth it.
Well, though, what it's like to be in the NBA Finals. And valid or not, there have been questions about what this Cavs team has, if you have enough to make it to the NBA Finals. But you have that experience with the Miami Heat. So what do you see in this team that gives you the confidence that you could make a deep postseason run?
We got that same charisma about us. We got the same grit. We got the same toughness. I'm pretty sure this is the person that texted you earlier.
Ding, ding, ding. What's up, Tristan?
What's up, ESPN family? Love out.
But yeah, we got a really good team, a really good group of guys that are super close knit. Hopefully we keep continuing to find that consistency of playing together, and anything can happen when the playoffs come. So we just got to keep battling. The traits, the DNA of an NBA Finals team. Is this team that you're playing on right now better than the team that you went to the finals with in the Miami Heat? I'm not going to throw anybody to the bus, but I think we have similar traits and characteristics as the team that I was on last year. We have a lot of talented players on this team. We're very deep, just like the Miami Heat team was last year. And I do think we're capable of achieving those same goals that we did with the team that I was on last year. So I'm not going to say one's better than the other. I'm enjoying my time here in Cleveland. I think we have a really good team and a really good chance at doing something special. And, we're just going to keep taking it one game at a time and seeing where we come out at the end of the year. A little bit of luck, a little bit of talent, and you never know what can happen, just like that shot that we all saw last night. Max, thank you so much for spending some time with us here on NBA Today. No problem. Thanks for having me. Tonight, what is it about February 27th and epic game winners?
Oh, it must be the advent of March.
Oh, yeah, because 8 years before Strus hit that heave, Steph Curry, he did the same thing against the Thunder. Would Curry have an encore in Washington last night? That was the question going into that game. The Golden State Warriors in the nation's capital. Curry, he struggled a bit here in the first half, missing that first three, and it would continue.
Yeah, Steve Kerr said it. He thinks that Steph is tired, and rightfully so. That guy has single-handedly been keeping the Warriors afloat, especially given the ups and downs of their season. And guess what? It doesn't get any easier. Right. They're ninth in the standings. It looks like they could be in the play-in. Ooh, I hope he gets some rest somewhere, but at least he's getting some help, Malika.
Help is on the way. Chris Paul is back. Klay Thompson came off the bench once again here. Chris Paul steps into the three. He said, don't worry, Steph. I got this. I can help you out a little bit. Curry, he was scoreless, though, in the first half. The last time Steph was scoreless in the first half, it was 2012. Let's go ahead to the third quarter here. Once again, hustle play here for the Golden State Warriors.
Whoa.
Okay,
now
back.
This is some Globetrotters-esque.
This is what was that, Zach?
Kaminga.
That's going to stay his name for the rest of the show. Steph Curry tries another three. He says, all right, here we go. In the second half, I got it going. Builds on the Golden State Warriors lead here a little bit. And we just need Zach here for the sound effects. Once again, Klay Thompson gets it to go. Thompson had 25 points off the bench. Here's Chris Paul.
And realizing that it's about winning the game. Steven said he's going to try to figure it out. He said sometimes he might mess it up, but we got a really good group of guys on this team, and you're going to need different things every night.
You can be frustrated, you can be upset because you're a competitor, but as long as you leave everything on the court, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. We're all professionals, we all care about each other. We realize when you're frustrated that it's just business, it's not personal. With that said, we'll bring the best out of all of us.
So Steve Kerr has some serious lineup flexibility, right? Especially when you look at the backcourt. But in the locker room, that can either be a blessing or a curse, depending on how much guys buy into that role. Perk, do you have a word of the day? Because it's been a little bit on the Warriors backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Zach, you fill in the blank with this one, right? It's a what to be sitting next to me. Give me a word.
Privilege?
Malika?
Luxury?
There you go. It's a luxury. Damn it, to be sitting next to Big Perk. And it's a luxury for the Warriors to have great depth. Luxury, a refinement of living rather than a necessity. Right? So look, here's the thing, right? When you have depth, it's a luxury for a head coach, especially when you're trying to compete for a championship. When you think about the depth, it's okay to have competition within the locker room because now guys are competing for minutes. Chris Paul, he's actually competing for minutes. He wants to be in there at the end of the game. Klay Thompson wants to be in the game at the end of the game. So when you have guys like Moses Moody that are on the bench, and help me out, Lester
Quinones?
There we go, Quinones, right?
Oh, that was
didn't get a minute. Yeah. He got a DMP last night, but the Warriors finally have depth and a great mixture.
Perk, can you say plethora?
Yeah.
You got it, plethora.
I'm sorry.
Okay, the Warriors
you wanted me to say it?
Yeah, I want you to say it.
No,
Plethora.
go ahead.
That's
You
an easy
already
one.
said it enough
Okay, well,
for
the
both
Warriors have a plethora of perimeter players that are trying to get to peak performance. All right, y'all, but that's not my point. I thought plethora would work for the Warriors, but luxury is nice. We love luxury over here.
Okay. Is it
and you are Mr. Luxury.
You are sitting next to him?
It is always a luxury to sit next to Big Perk. I will say this. You mentioned their wealth of riches, right, on the perimeter with their guards. Yeah. One thing I have noticed is that Steve Kerr no longer can coach based off of the system. Before it was like, okay, we've got these players, the system is out there, Draymond is doing this or that. Steve Kerr, whom you've been critical of at times, has to now coach game by game. That is the, you apologize for what?
I apologize for being critical of it.
Okay, yeah, but I think the difference here is now you're going to see, because we don't know what to expect from guys not named Steph or even Dre at times. Yeah. And good thing Klay Thompson has come back off the bench and had some really nice performances. Coach Kerr has his hands full. He's going to have to coach game by game based off of who's hot. They're in the play-in right now. If the season ended today, there's not much room to make it into the playoffs. But
that's why he's the highest paid coach in NBA history.
Correct. So it's a luxury to be in that position as well, right?
Yeah, Monty Williams helped with that too.
What a luxury he is.
Yes. Look, they were down a starter last night. Andrew Wiggins didn't play, and he's been playing well. And, like, when Andrew Wiggins comes back, the squeeze is going to be even tighter. Moses Moody, Dario Saric, Jackson Davis. Like, there's just not going to be minutes for everybody. And too bad. That's the reality of being a good NBA team. Here's what I know for sure. The starting lineup is working. You can't change the starting lineup, even though Klay Thompson probably still wants to start and Chris Paul is back. It's going to be about who finishes games, but those guys should still be coming off the bench. Klay has thrived off the bench, and Chris Paul was brought to Golden State in large part to play the minutes Steph does not play. So the rotation, at least starting and coming off the bench, is set. Who finishes games, that's a luxury. Who's in rhythm that night? What's the matchup? What's the score? Are we ahead or behind? That's called coaching, and Steve Kerr is very good at it.
The Golden State Warriors, they played 11 different guys last night without Andrew Wiggins in that game. 12, it just seems like some decisions are going to need to be made, and Klay Thompson shooting 45% on threes in these games coming off of the bench. That's what you want to see from Klay. It seems like they just have to play a little bit of Jenga, better than I did against Anthony Edwards, and see what fits where. All right, still to come on NBA Today, we have a jam-packed show, my friends. We have LeBron James versus Kawhi Leonard across the street. You will not believe who Chiney thinks has the edge in
It's the numbers telling me, not just me, okay?
The numbers are important. Well, Perk, you know we have a little NBA birthday today?
Yeah.
Luka Doncic, he turns 25, and I heard you have a big list of players under 25. I can't see who you have. Wait, see who you have ranked number one.
It's a luxury. You know what else is a luxury?
What?
Looking over there at Woj and getting the insight before he put it on the internet.
SGA also a luxury. We'll be back.
NBA Today.
All right, everybody, let's go coast to coast, brought to you by healthcare.com. We're going to start with the NBA's best, the Celtics, who beat the Sixers to get their 9th straight win. That's despite going only 5 for 22 from 3. Perk, how good of a sign is it that Boston was able to win by 18 despite making season lows and attempts from deep?
Thank you, Jesus. It's about damn time. Too much athleticism, too much skill, too much speed to not be getting to the paint. I'm glad the Celtics have learned a new identity of attacking the damn basket.
Well, how about we head to the Pacific Northwest? Portland they had the Heat in town. The Heat won their 5th straight to move up to the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference. At one point, we thought that this would actually be the team that Damian Lillard would be going to. This would be the return game. Zach, the Heat, are they better off not having made that deal? Where do you fall on that?
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Here come the Heat. Are they better? What trade? There was no trade. They were fine when they didn't make a trade. They're fine. They like their team.
Jimmy is doing the Jaws music as well. All right, shifting to the top of the West, Anthony Edwards had to be helped to the locker room after going down with a non-contact ankle injury in the first half. That was a moment we all held our breath, but he did come out in the second half with a vengeance. Chanae, just how impressed are you by Ant?
Look, this is the reason why they're number one right now in the West. It's toughness. It's leadership. When I think of the Timberwolves, I think of we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. And they sort of make the best of situations. That's why they're doing well.
Well, a win kept the Wolves in a tie for first with the red-hot Thunder. So we're going to pick this up with under 9 minutes in the third. The Thunder up 6 here. Williams finds Chet Holmgren. Ooh, reverse throws it down.
J-Dub is a star. A star. Get used to it, people.
Bonafide big three?
Yes, bonafide.
Well, at least we know that Chet Holmgren, big man, throwing it down. And then once again...
Come on, tough bucket.
Stop it.
How does he... Like, that defies physics. I don't get how that happens. And then, once again, J-Dub. Oh, okay, Big Perk.
But he does it in all ways, meaning cutting to the basket. He could get out in transition. He could shoot the tray ball, and damn. Look at SGA.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, he says. Here's Shay after the game.
Get out of here.
Like you said, first and foremost comes winning games. And my teammates are doing a good job at helping me win games.
Where do you think you are in the MVP race?
I don't know. I'm going to let you guys decide.
Can I every time that we talk now, can I have one of those perks, the bark?
No, that got us out of our seats.
Well, if SGA wins MVP, he would be the third Thunder MVP perk. You know this, in the last 11 seasons, joining KD in 13-14, Russell Westbrook in his 30-point triple-double season. That was 2016-17. They would be the first franchise with 3 different MVPs in a 15-year stretch in NBA history. So Shay said it's up to us to decide. So it's time now for Setting the Pick, brought to you by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. Shanae Agumike, is SGA your MVP?
He is not right now. Right now, Nikola Jokic is. And what we're seeing from him, the triple-doubles, the consistency, I mean, it's things that we never really see a center ever do in this position. So it's Jokic. But at number 2, I don't think that's a knock on Shay. I don't think that's a knock at him at all. He can work his way into becoming an MVP favorite because right now, where are they in the standings? Are they number 2 in the West? They're up there. And so if he's able to somehow surpass maybe the T-Wolves, I can see him working his way up. But until then, it's got to be the Joker.
Look, there's almost nothing separating these teams in the standings, right? Whether who's first, who's third, that's not going to decide my vote. Anyway, look, SGA is doing the borderline impossible, which is making me think for like at least a second before saying Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is the MVP. He's the best player. His stat lines of late have been just straight up high comedy. But SGA is making a case, and right now he'd be number 2 on my ballot, and that's pretty damn good for a guard on a team that people didn't expect this from.
Well, I got to stand on business, right? And last year I held myself to a standard as a guy that has a vote and said I had to set some type of criteria. And I'm rolling with Jason Tatum, the best player with the best record. I voted for Giannis last year. They had the best record, and I'm standing ground. It's not his fault that he has the pieces around him, but it is his fault that he's going out there and giving people 27 a night on 48% shooting and averaging 8.5 rebounds. Jason Tatum has been nothing but amazing, playing beautiful basketball in and out. Look, we can make a compelling argument for all of these guys when it comes down to Jokic, when it comes down to SGA. It could come down to Donovan Mitchell, Luka. Like, all these guys are going to put up historical numbers in today's game.
Yeah.
Hell, if we want to make a case, why are we not saying anything about Sabonis? Sabonis right now, hold on. If we're going based on numbers, Sabonis is leading the NBA in triple-doubles. He's also leading the league in double-doubles. The man is averaging 20, 13, and 8.
Briefly, better case for Luka Doncic than for Sabonis. I mean, leading the league without Embiid in scoring, and then also giving you almost 9 and 10. That's a triple-double, and that's the reason why Jokic is the favorite.
I thought the triple-doubles meant something.
We're going to have the Tatum debate another time when we got more time, because this Tatum thing is starting to happen right now. It's starting to happen.
I thought this was a typo, that SGA has 43 30-point
every night
this season. So it feels like I'm just saying that he's 43 for 30-point games this season.
Sabonis got 22 triple-doubles.
Take a look. Kendrick Perkins, that's who we got. Who are you picking? Download the ESPN Bet app to get started. New customers receive $100 in bonus bets once they place their first sportsbook bet with ESPN Bet. I was expecting a there you go.
Oh,
hello world. On NBA Today, the battle for LA, it looms large tonight, but the future, it looms larger. Will the Clippers' big three stay together beyond this season? Woj, she joins us with the latest. Plus, age ain't nothing but a number. Unless you're one of the players on Big Perk's big list of players under 25, he's got a number one that you will not guess. And Max Strus, he stunned us again with his game winner, but Steph Curry had a game winner of his own the very same day in 2016. Zach, which one was better? Don't pick now. We're making you pick.
Okay, all right.
Right back.
You say
Clippers in the Battle of Los Angeles.
The focus of the basketball world has descended upon LA.
This is what the NBA is about.
Slam dunk right in Paul George's face.
LA's a Laker town. Yes. Always has been, always will be.
That's a man's jam.
The little brother's not so little anymore.
The crowd on their feet. That's what they came to see.
So maybe you shared a room with a sibling when you were a kid. I know I did. Hi, Kendi. Possibly you had a roommate in college or in adult life. Most can agree there's some disadvantages to shared facilities, but isn't moving out and moving on often a little bit bittersweet when the time comes? I know, I might be laying it on a little bit thick here, but tonight it'll be the final time that the co-inhabitants of Crypto.com Arena, they share the same floor. The Clippers, remember, they're expected to start the 24-25 season in their new Intuit Dome in Inglewood. So the Lakers, they dominated right from the time the building opened in 1999-2000. That was at the start of the Lakers three-peat with the purple and gold, winning 38 of 51 matchups in that stretch. But remember, since the rise of Lob City in 2012-2013, it's been all Clippers. They've gone 37-8 against the Lakers in Crypto.com Arena in that stretch. Chiney, Kawhi Leonard has the claim to doing something against LeBron James that no other player has. What exactly is that?
Well, over the last 6 years, LeBron James has absolutely owned the arena across the street, even bringing a championship back during that time. But in the battle for LA, there's a twist. You hinted to it. But first, let me show you on the floor. Roll me my tape, baby. Let's start with LeBron James, who is second in the NBA in fast break points per game. But we're not here for that. Sorry, Paul George. Let's freeze it. Ever since he joined LA, the past 6 years, no one has scored more points in that arena. Oh, yeah, he flexed on him. And let's talk about his signature shot in this matchup. Here, this is a tough situation defensively. Kawhi Leonard, 6'7", Zubac, 7 feet. He gets the mismatch. You know what's coming. It's his signature shot. He's about to look down. He's about to hit the corner three. But it is the battle for LA, and the Clippers star, Kawhi Leonard, has not just shown up this season. He always shows up versus LeBron James. Kawhi has the best record against LeBron amongst players who have faced him at least 30 times. I repeat, Kawhi Leonard Jordan, in the ways that Perk says, has the best success versus LeBron over the last decade. And LeBron James, you know what? He knows it. Check out this moment from the finals in 2013. LeBron on the Heat at the time. All right, he's on a free throw. And why does he make that face? It's because Kawhi Leonard is coming in. Now, fast forward a decade later. This is why a lot of people in the league fear Kawhi. I mean, here's LeBron, one of the greatest ever. He's physical. He's able to snatch the rebound. I mean, this is the claw we're talking about. So, yes, I have shared rooms, and it is uncomfortable at times. I love all my sisters, and we're always trying to edge each other out, and we'll see another battle edging each other out with this final one in the arena.
See, that's how it always goes down when you share a room with a sibling. Adrian Wojnarowski is here alongside us as well. The Clippers tonight, though, they're going to be down another player. Paul George is not going to, he's going to miss his second straight game, rather. What's his prognosis?
I'm told that Paul George will be back soon. Sore left knee. I was told that it's feeling better each day. He's only missed 4 games this season. That's been such a big part of this Clippers renaissance as this group has been healthy and the expectation is Paul George will be back soon.
Okay, so that's good news for the Los Angeles Clippers. But even though PG-13, he will be out tonight, the Clippers, they still head into the game as 3.5-point favorites. So, Perk, who can make a bigger statement with a win tonight, the Lakers or the Clippers?
It's going to be the Clippers because of their expectations. Like, this is a team that's favored to win the NBA championship. One of the favorites to win the NBA championship. The Lakers are not favored to win anything, except probably to get out of the play-in tournament. But at the end of the day, this is all about Kawhi, Leonard, Jordan. And yes, in that triangle offense, who's coached by Ty Lue, who Ty Lue played for Phil Jackson, who invented the triangle, okay? But look, when it comes down to matchups, we're going to watch the old and the new. And when I say that, he's the old school mixed with the new school. He's going to guard LeBron James, which we don't see that a lot, and he's also going to produce on the offensive end. So when it comes down to this matchup tonight, it's solely based on Kawhi. All eyes on Kawhi.
And that's how you know Kawhi's feeling right, when he's like, give me the toughest assignment on the other team. I don't need to hide anywhere. I'm not sure how much we'll see LeBron guard Kawhi, but LeBron's almost 40. He can do whatever he wants. Just play. But for the exact reasons you just said, I'm going with the Lakers as the team with a chance to make a statement tonight, because they're underdogs, because Paul George isn't playing, because you need every single win you can get just to maybe get up to 8th. Right. I mean, that's the goal number 1 for the Lakers, get to 8th so they're in the better half of the play-in. Come out in a pseudo-home game, apologies to the Clippers, and get an emphatic win and start your course over this next pivotal stretch of games. Make a statement.
Not to mention, the Clippers have come out a little bit flat since the All-Star break. That game against the Kings, flat was just the word that seems to come to mind for them. When you look, they're 3-4 in their last 7 games, and they struggle against teams that have that rim protection. That Anthony Davis sort of falls into that category. Historically, we've seen them struggle there. So the Lakers, they could have a real chance tonight, Perk.
They got a better chance of me eating a salad today. It's not happening, right? The Clippers are also coming off a loss. And one thing we know, what's the record? Anybody got them numbers of Ty Lue versus LeBron while LeBron is with the Lakers? I'm pretty sure it's in Ty Lue favor.
Sports Center's on it.
Oh, yeah, I know. He'll send it to me shortly. But look, at the end of the day, Anthony Davis has been playing phenomenal basketball, but the depth that the Clippers have, the Lakers can't match that.
Well, this season sort of aside, there's some major questions, right, moving forward for both franchises here. For the Clippers, Kawhi signed a 3-year contract extension. That was back in January. James Harden becomes a free agent this summer. But what about Paul George? Because he could sign a contract extension at any time, or he could become a free agent this summer. So what are you hearing about the latest on Paul George's contract?
Well, so I think the good news for Clipper fans, for the Clippers, Paul George wants to stay here. He wants to re-up. It's a negotiation, and that's what's going on. These conversations have been going back and forth all season, and I think they'll continue to. I think for the Clippers, they are trying to put a payroll together that allows them to have a roster that can compete for championships for years to come. They don't want to be a second apron team 2 years from now. They got Kawhi Leonard below the max. You know, they're certainly trying to do the same with Paul George. Now, he could go out into free agency, and there are certainly some big deals with some, significant contenders, namely Philadelphia out there. But Paul George came to L.A. to play with Kawhi. They're eager to get James Harden with him. Russell Westbrook, he wants to stay here. I think these talks will continue. And if you're the Clippers, you want to get this done as soon as you can. Right. Get this off of your star player's mind, and then get everybody just focused on trying to win a title this year. Because, whatever happens next year, the following year, especially with the health of this group, this may turn out to be the Clippers' best chance to do this.
Woj, isn't it some type of level of trust and accountability, like for us with Kawhi, with him signing his contract extension, for us with Paul George getting it done, for us Kawhi setting the standard, right? Like, because they want to play together.
There's no question, and I think getting Kawhi done first, has an impact. Listen, I think if you're Paul George, you're looking at, not just a chance to re-sign with L.A., but to know you're going to be with L.A., because you're probably taking something of a discount versus what might be available elsewhere, especially if you're not going to get a max with the Clippers. He's made a lot of money in his career. He would make a lot of money in this deal.
Right.
I just think this is a product of this new collective bargaining agreement and what negotiations are going to look like in the future, especially when these players get into their 30s. It used to just be sort of an automatic max. You had owners like Steve Ballmer who would just pay whatever luxury tax they had to. It's not about that anymore. It's about being able to put a group around a team and not look like what Phoenix does, which is 3 stars and a real inability to build out the rest of the roster.
Look, the Clippers need Paul George and they need James Harden because they would have a hard time pivoting to any kind of different vision. And look, this team, when they've been healthy, has been a consistent championship contender. And Woj, you're right. This may be their best chance ever if they stay healthy at actually pulling this off. And I think it's kind of cool that all these LA guys, I think they take some pride in being, hey, let's be the group that takes this woebegone franchise to a place it's never been before. Let's give it a run.
That's perfect to end on, because if you think about this Clippers team, I mean, okay, they need to win this season. The Lakers, we're talking about the Battle of LA. Lakers need to win tonight based off of the schedule and where they stand in the standings. But overall with the Clippers, what don't they have? They have everything that they need to be able to win. I wouldn't say all the way flawless, but they're close there. They have 6 guys in double figures. You've got Kawhi Leonard healthy, playing around 50 or so, 51 games. You've got one of those great championship coaches. Like, this is their window to win and capitalize and build momentum on the future.
And it goes down tonight on ESPN. You can catch the Lakers and Clippers for the last game. The last game sharing Crypto.com Arena as their home arena. That's tonight's NBA Wednesday doubleheader. That game will follow our first game, which is Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers hosting Zion Williamson at the Pelicans at 7:30. Our coverage tips with NBA Countdown. Perk ask and you shall receive. 2-8 LeBron James against Ty Lue teams. Coming up, Perk. He knows greatness when he sees it. Don't miss his big list of players under 25. See who makes the cut. That's coming up next.
I want to see.
Black history is a part of American history, and it should be told, it should be shared.
In the bubble, so much about Black history, social justice came to the fore, and it was such a great learning experience.
Certain classes and certain books are being not allowed in schools is a disservice. We look to the past for mistakes we've made to never make them again.
You're watching NBA Today, presented by ESPN Bet.
My basketball journey has been a lot of fun. All I dreamed about when I was a kid is getting the NBA.
Just watch and enjoy.
Welcome to America, man.
Thank you.
It's very nice to be here.
How did he do it? He's a rookie, but he's a bad man.
When I'm playing the best, I have fun. I couldn't live without this game.
Step back 3! Bullseye!
Mama, there goes that man.
Happy birthday, Luca. Happy birthday to you.
I wanna happy
There you go.
Oh, boy.
It's a new version.
Only 25.
Happy birthday.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Look, Zach,
Considering
that's
how
how
many
you do
highlights.
Happy birthday. Good to see you.
Happy birthday. Nice to see you. It's crazy to think that he has been a pro since he was 16 years old. We have so many highlights. We needed to do a very special edition of Top of the Top in honor of Luca's birthday. We're going to start with top dimes because, of course, we are. This is earlier this season against the New York Knicks.
Whoa! Man.
Headband Luca is so different.
What? I don't think I've ever seen a pass like that from the three-point line.
The twist.
And then
the
you have
English.
This, where you look like he looks like he's going to shoot it.
That might be his trademark trick pass, the over-the-head pass.
But what about
this? Is crazy.
Yeah.
That is. I remember vividly watching that game. That is crazy.
Agreed.
It's when you have to pause and slow down just to see.
Like becoming the logo to get that pass out, the Jordan
like even
logo.
he's a little bit like, yeah, all right, I'm a little bit impressed with myself. We made top Luca Magic a category here. Watch this combo against Precious Achiuwa. Sorry, Precious. What?
Oh,
What?
yeah, skate. That's like at the roller ring.
Honestly, he did all right. That's pretty good defense. That's good defense.
Boy.
It's just the only thing you do. And then this.
Here comes the dance. We're going to get the dance. Let's see it.
Anytime.
Yeah!
Anytime we can see Luca doing that. I feel like you got that range, Zach. And then Luca, one more time.
Oh, no.
And then he just stares down the bench like, yeah.
There are Luca spots on the floor.
Right.
Those wings.
And then, Shanae, top buzzer beaters. This is rookie Luca. This is against Portland. Dame knows a thing or two about making these kind of shots.
What? The window to get that off?
Sends it to overtime.
Who passed him that ball?
Oh, no.
Look, she's a pretty good player.
DeAndre Jordan's reaction. This one's in the bubble. We all remember this.
Oh, we do.
Woo!
Speaking of spot.
This one got a double bang.
Double bang.
Like
The double bang.
Yep.
The rare and elusive.
That was the first introduction of the belt.
Oh no.
I don't even know what that shot
No.
is. This is like, what is this?
He has a bad history with Luka and the belt. Like,
it was.
Well, Luka has scored the 3rd most points and racked up the 2nd most triple-doubles before his 25th birthday. Only LeBron and KD scored more points, and only Oscar Robertson recorded more triple-doubles at this age. But now, Luka is 25, so it seems like he's aged out of Big Perk's big list of under 25.
He's out of the mix. It's a special day. I know I got special shoes on, but damn it, it's not just
Alexander
about
McQueen,
me.
y'all.
It's my list, Big Perk's list of top players under the age of 25. Now look, this person that's coming in at number 5, we seen Stephen A. and we seen the social media go in. It's been a beautiful and a funny thing to see. But guess what? Put it up here. Bam! They was talking about Zion Williamson, and they was talking about the burgers that he's been eating. But you know what he's been eating after the All-Star break? The paint. That's what he's been eating, averaging 18 points. That's number 3 ranked after the All-Star break. What Zion has been doing for the Pelicans has been going unnoticed. And Zach, I heard you yesterday talking about this young man and what he's been doing. Did you call him Point Zion?
Point Zion.
That's exactly because he's been making people better. Zach, give me some energy right there since you walked up there like you was standing on business.
Okay, all right.
Bam! There you go. You know what?
I got Tyrese. All right, I like it.
Why not? Like, every player in the league wants to play with him. We talk about the combination of the modern point guard and the traditional point guard. He is that, right? Averaging around 21 points a game, dishing over 11 assists. Who does not want to play with a guy that's going to get them the ball or to make them a priority? Every single player on the Indiana Pacers is happy. Malik, I see you inching up. Come a little closer. Give me some energy. Give me some energy.
Bam!
There you go. I'm feeling the vibe.
Wemby.
And the world should feel the vibe when it comes down to
Alien
Victor
sighting.
Wembanyama. Woj said it best. He is going to be the best player on both sides of the floor for years to come.
Wow.
What he does defensively is unmatched. He's leading the league in block shots right now as a rookie, averaging 20 and 10. Offensively, he's giving us highlights every single night. And what is he again?
Alien.
Yeah, he's an alien. I like that. Now, come on, Shanae.
Hold on, let's do a little Texas Hold'em. You know what I'm saying? Bam!
That's it. That's it. Ja Morant. Now, look, I understand the Grizzlies have been struggling, but when he came back off of suspension, guess what? Ja Morant put the world on notice. When you talk about box office, this is him. When you talk about leading the charge and being able to be in a small market like Memphis and put the world on notice, he is him. Now, he's out because of injury, but let's not forget what he brings to the game of basketball, and that is everything. Coming in at number 1. Always on me. Bam! Put it up there. Anthony Edwards. Hey, Minnesota, you remember Pat Bev, Karl Anthony Towns crying when they made it into the play-in tournament, out of the play-in tournament? You don't have to cry no more because you have this young man right here who's not going to have you in the play-in tournament. He's going to have you winning games to have you in the postseason competing for championships. This is how special this young man is. He's the best leader in the out of the young superstars that I've seen in my life when it comes down to leading and producing on both ends of the floor.
That was a big compliment.
It's a real compliment. This is my list.
Big Perks players, top players under 25. I don't have very many notes here. I wondered if Tyrese Maxey would make honorable mention, but
he was. He didn't.
This is a pretty good list, Perk.
He's knocking at the door.
Coming up on NBA Today. Hey, Chanae,
yes?
You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. As in Max Strus' incredible game winner or Steph Curry's game winner exactly 8 years earlier.
NBA Today.
Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Cam's out of timeout. Strus into Mobley. Back to Max. Va a lanzar de 3/4 de cancha. My name is Máximo!
My name is Massimo! That was That was an all-time call. That was fantastic. Max Strus with the shot of the year. It came exactly 8 years to the day, which is just wild after that iconic shot by Steph Curry, maybe the most famous of his entire career. Something special, Chanae, about February 27th.
Yes, a little madness around the corner.
Which shot are you taking?
Oh, shoot. I'm taking Strus.
You're taking Strus?
I'm taking Strus.
I'm taking Steph. Which one are you taking?
You from the Bay.
I'm taking Strus.
You're taking Strus?
Steph.
Steph? All right, 2-2. So let's keep it rolling. We're going to do a little bit of this or that. You can go. I can't not say it.
Please don't. Please
All right, I'm going to give you two things that happened last night. You can pick your favorite. So this or that. We're going to start here. You're taking Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, in the blender.
Smooth with the handle. Smooth operator. Step back three. Or when he made Monte Morris look like, he just looked like a little kid, Chanae, in this one.
Look, that's normal for him, getting the block, just snatching it. I am taking the first one, the cooking, the blender. How often do we see a guy that's 7'4" doing that?
I'm sorry.
I'm taking the block on Morris. That's something that I do with my 7-year-old in the driveway. But we know Victor could do this. That block is disrespectful.
Well, what about this?
It's the block.
Or that. DeMar DeRozan, the spinning, wild layup here. Ooh, okay. Or Rudy Gobert throwing it down. What's special is this is on Victor Wembanyama, Perk.
I'm going with Rudy Gobert on this one because it's him and Victor, you know what I mean? They've been, workout buddies, they homies from
Oh,
friends,
that is true.
You know what I'm saying? And when they get between them lines, it's time to kill.
There's no more friendly, but that DeMar layup was pretty nice.
It was unreal, 360.
Right? All right, how about this or that? Who had the better crossover here? Is it Dame? Oh, no. On Cody Martin. Oof. Or who was it, Perk? Moses Moody?
Yeah, Moses Moody.
Nailed Moody on Landry Shamet, Zach.
I'm going Moses Moody. He doesn't get to play that much. Let's give Moses Moody a little love. He put Landry Shamet on his butt.
Just that simple.
It's just that simple. What do you always tell us, Perk? Keep a cool booty. Got to, especially in these situations. All right, I got one last one for you. This or that. The Lakers, the Clippers on ESPN tonight. Kendrick Perkins, who brings their team back a title to Los Angeles first?
The Clippers. The Clippers. They're standing on business, and it's going to happen this year. This part of the game, making a bold prediction, that's my prediction. The Clippers are going to bring back a title to L.A., their first title this year.
Everyone knows across the world that I'm not as bold as you. But I will say I'm going to give them a window of 2 years. They have the window for that. They've never made it. They've made it to the Western Conference Finals, but they've never made it to the NBA Finals, and they've never won a championship. And so for me, this season would be great if they make it to the Finals, but I expect something. I expect a banner in the new arena.
So I'm not picking the Clippers to win the title. I picked Boston over Denver before the season. And unlike some people on this panel, I'm sticking with it. I'm standing on business. But the answer is the Clippers because they actually have a chance this year, much more so than the Lakers do. The Lakers need to just get out of the play-in. And going forward, I think both teams may look similar next year, though. The Lakers have some options this summer. Clippers could bring back the same band and have a shot again. So Clippers.
The Clippers have a real window this year. It's if they don't do it this year somehow, and the Lakers look to maybe add somebody to their roster with some of the space they have, and they are going to. Who that could be, never bet against LeBron James. I am taking the Clippers, but I just think if they can do it now, that makes me feel much better about my pick. I have an update for you all on the Knicks' protest of their loss to the Rockets on February 24th. The protest has been denied. According to a statement by the NBA, the Knicks did not demonstrate that there was a misapplication of the official playing rules. Instead, the foul call reflected an error in judgment by the official, which does not warrant upholding a game protest. Why are you laughing?
Because his reaction was perfectly timed for your announcement that the protest was denied. Perfect reaction by Tibbs.
Also, they benefited from a game not too long ago. So, the universe works in mysterious ways.
Right. That was the response to their protest. That game.
What's the point of a protest if you're never going to have a chance to win?
Well, it was the misapplication of the rules is the key part. That's what happened with Shaq. He wasn't fouled out. That's the last time we saw it. That's going to do it for us. Enjoy tonight's game.